Before you can trade in shares in the Nigerian stock exchange market, you need a stockbroker. Whether you want to do it the traditional way or you want to use apps from your mobile phones, you need a stockbroker. Hello everyone, my name is Flo. Welcome back to Flo Finance, a channel where I talk about investing in Nigeria and the things that we need to invest in to secure our future for peace of mind. Today, as promised in my last video, I'm going to talk about how to find a licensed stockbroker in Nigeria. I'm going to talk about apps. I'm going to talk about the fees that you need to pay stockbrokers. Be patient with me and watch from beginning to end. Okay? I wish to issue a disclaimer. You guys know that this is a financial channel. It's all about money, money, money. And a lot of things that you invest in requires that you give away a lot of personal information. The only things I'm responsible for on this channel are the things I see in my videos, because I'm already seeing people recommending stuff down there in the comments. Nothing wrong with recommending stuff, nothing wrong with taking recommendations from people's comments. I myself, I'm learning. I am open to learning new things from you guys because I know that a lot of experienced investors watch me. So when people recommend stuff, I'm not going to censor comments by deleting recommendations. No, I believe we're all adults on this channel. So I myself will be looking at those recommendations with 4 eyes, with 10 eyes. Yeah, I'll scrutinize it before I dive in. So because I'm not going to give my personal information to just any website or just any app. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. If you see any recommendation that you want me to try out, I'm open to try them out, or at least look at the recommendations and make sure that, you know, they tick all the boxes from the outside before I start going inside. Because when you send your ID to a company, send your BVN to a company, send your address, send everything about you to a company, you're just giving your life away. So you have to be careful with companies that you sign up with in this investment world. So the conventional way to find a stockbroker, the usual way, is through referrals from a friend or a family member. So far in my investment life, I've used 2 stockbrokers in Nigeria since early 2000s till now, almost 20 years. Only 2 stockbrokers. The reason why I let my first stockbroker go was that, one, where their office was, you know, in those days, like I said in my last video, you had to physically go to the office of your stockbroker whenever you want to carry out any transaction, to drop a check or sign a mandate or stuff like that. You had to go. And then it was so out of my way. Okay, their office was in Ikoyi, and anytime I wanted to do anything related to finance, I went to Marina, that's CMS in Lagos. It was always out of my way when I did every other thing, and then I would go to Ikoyi. That was number one. The second reason was that they were not efficient. I would call them and tell them, okay, I'm coming to do this and that. And then they said, okay, start coming, it's ready. And then I go there early to avoid traffic back to the mainland. And I'll get there and they'll keep me there for hours. If it was not that they haven't finished, it was that the person that needed to sign a document or something was out of office. Yeah, I got tired of that. I changed to another stockbroker, the one I'm using till today. And this second stockbroker was also by recommendation. When I joined this stockbroker, they were well ahead of their peers. They had a website back in the day when, you know, having a website by stockbrokers was unheard of. They had a website. I could log in and check my account, check my balance, check my stock position without having to contact anybody. But I don't know, they downgraded. Now they don't even have a website. Whenever I need anything, I have to send them an email and wait for their response. You know, yeah, in this day and age, I don't want to be doing that. So in another video, I'll walk you through how to move from one stockbroker to another. But today, I'm going to share how to get yourself a stockbroker in this digital age from the comfort of your home. The first step in getting a stockbroker in Nigeria is to make sure that they are licensed by the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Yes, Nigerian Stock Exchange has on their website a list of all the stockbrokers that are licensed. Let's visit their website. The link to every website that I will go to in this video will be in the description box below this video. This is the Nigerian Stock Exchange website. the specific page where they have a list of all their stockbrokers, also known as dealing members. You can see directory of dealing members. You see, they are listed in alphabetical order. There are a lot of them, so many of them. See, and on the right, you will see their status, whether they're active or inactive. Like this APSA Securities Nigeria Limited is active. A stockbroker is inactive when they have neither bought nor sold shares for their clients in the past 6 months. That's at least the past 6 months. So this Adamawa Securities Limited may have been inactive for 1 year, 2 years. Yeah. So a minimum of 6 months of inactivity, and they are marked as inactive. So first of all, you don't want to have anything to do with a stockbroker that is inactive on Nigerian Stock Exchange list. And then here, this Alan Grange Securities Limited is inactive as well as reclassified to stockbroker with the SEC. SEC is Security Exchange Commission. A stockbroker, to the best of my knowledge, is someone that works, say, like a marketer. For instance, I can be a stockbroker and I'll go and be telling my friends, family, anybody that I know, my church members, you know, any association that I belong to, I tell them about investing, about getting a stockbroker and stuff like that. And when they agree to do that, I can then take them to someone that is fully licensed as a stockbroker. Like, for instance, if I'm working with Afri Invest, I will now take the person that I got to them. And then when they register with them, buy shares with them, this company, this fully licensed stockbroker, can share the commission with me. Yeah, it's kind of a freelancer, let me put it that way. And this one, BGO Securities Limited, is deregistered, so they are no longer licensed. So just to tell you that this has been a stockbroker, but they are no longer stockbrokers. Okay, so how do we pick a stockbroker from all these? I don't know how many they are. They didn't put the number. Yeah, are we going to do tombom? Yeah, for me, the minimum requirement for any stockbroker in this day and age is that they must have a website. Yes, they must have it. You can go through, we'll soon go through some of them. We can't go through all of them because there's so many, but we can do random clicks and I'll explain what I mean. They must have a website. Yeah, a professional website. When you look at the website, you know that it was professionally put together, not thrown together like where a learner created a website. 2, they must have lots of information on their website. Yeah, I need to be able to find the minimum information I need when I land on your website. Yeah, I don't want a website that has scanty pages. They don't even like give you the basic information. Even they don't tell you what they do. They should be able to educate me on what they do and why I need their services and why I should go with them. And thirdly, they must have a login. I need to be able to find a login for their clients. Yeah, that means that you can log in and go online and check your stock position, check how much money you have left with them, because when you transfer money to them, they may not use up all the money. So you should be able to find all this information on their website when you log in. So even if I'm not yet their client, I need to be able to see a login button where their existing clients can log in from. So these are the 3 minimum. Yeah, so let's go. Which one do we pick? Let's go to Century Securities Limited, for instance. Okay, when you come in here, you can see that they have phone numbers. So at least they have this 01 number, which no longer works in Nigeria, but then they have mobile phone numbers. I'll call these numbers to make sure that these numbers work. Yeah, they have 2 of that. And then they have an email address with an official webmail. It's not Yahoo Mail or Gmail or something like that. And then they have a website. So let's go to their website and see. Their website loads fast. You see, the first thing you see here, customer login. So this stockbroker has online access for their customers. Yeah, they have a lot of information about the stock market, top gainers from the last full trading day, 8th of September. They have the top losers, and then they have the most traded companies of yesterday. And then let's see their services. I want to see more information. Stockbroking. Yeah, I need to see if they have any minimum requirements, because some stockbrokers will say the minimum requirement for opening an account with us is 1 million naira. That's the minimum cash you need to deposit with us to open an account with us. Or you can transfer, assuming you're an existing investor, you need to be able to transfer shares, what that value, the total number of shares you have. It doesn't matter how many companies you have shares with, but if you check the total value of the shares you have, it's at least 1 million. Let's go to another company, Global Capital Limited. You can also be looking at the addresses. For instance, this one is in Ikeja. If you live around Ikeja, this will be a good stockbroker to have because it's close to you. Even though these days you don't really need to go to the stockbroker's office to do anything. You can do everything online. But sometimes you never know what you need to go and do at your office. So this may be to your advantage if their office address is close to where you live. Global View Capital Limited. Looks good. They have a trade login. That means they have a client-only section, which is good. Download. So you'll be able to download your stock brokerage forms, fill it in your home, sign it, send it back to them. Market data, if you want to see market data here. So this is what they do. Stock brokerage, daily dealing service, stock market advisory, discretionary services, shares wealth trackers. So let's see more information on their stock brokerage. Daily dealing service. This service is available to investors who desire to place their buy or sell mandates through orders through an authorized broker. They also offer portfolio management. I'm still looking for where I can find what you need to register. Anyway, let's hold it there. This is how you go through, any name that catches your fancy. Like I said, all the active members are fully licensed by the Nigerian Stock Exchange. If you register with them, your shares will not get lost, your money will not get lost. I'm not saying that it's fraud free. Just make sure that they register you with the CSCS. Yeah, like I said, you need, even if you're trading with apps. In fact, when you look at those apps that you use, if you look at them closely, you will see that there's a stockbroker backing the app, because you cannot go directly to trade on the floor by yourself. And you can see when you buy stocks or sell stocks, you see that you're charged commissions. Those commissions go to the licensed stockbroker. Go and check your app very well. Another reason why we must register with a stockbroker is that it's a prerequisite for registering with the Central Securities Clearing System, which is known as CSCS. CSCS is like the stockbroker of stockbrokers. It's the database of all the transactions that go on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So if you tell your stockbroker to buy shares for you, make sure that when the deal is concluded, they send you your CSCS stock position. That means that your shares is registered at the central database, so that even if your stockbroker disappears tomorrow, you can just go and find a new stockbroker and they will go and transfer your stock position, all your stocks, to the new stockbroker via that central system. But if they don't give you that, or if they give you that and what you ordered for is not what you're seeing in your CSCS account, then there's a problem. According to the CSCS website, CSCS is Nigeria's Central Securities Depository, licensed to carry on the depository, clearing and settlement of all transactions on the Nigerian capital market. CSCS processes securities in electronic book entry form, ensuring safe and efficient transaction processing within the ecosystem. We provide an effective single access point for all post-trade services in the Nigerian financial market. So CSCS is the body put in place to mitigate against fraud. Yeah, if there's any fraudulent activity, CSCS, just ask for your CSCS statement and everything will be exposed immediately. So back to the Nigerian Stock Exchange website. Over here on the left, they have the top 10 brokers. Usually every week they publish the top 10 brokers in terms of volume of trade, you know, the number of shares they bought and sold for their clients, and the value of those shares. So they rank them. For instance, let's take a look. Okay, this is the broker performance report for week 31st August through 4th September. And you can see the top G's of stockbrokers. So you have Interstate Securities Limited. This is the quantity of shares, 1.8 billion shares. That's what they traded last week. They either bought or sold for their clients. So that's a lot of work they have. Yeah, in stockbroking, volume matters, because you don't pay stockbrokers retainership. You don't pay them so amount of money every month. No, what you pay them is commission. So they make money when they buy or sell shares for people. So if a stockbroker is not doing any business, you can imagine they can't even pay for an office space, not to talk of pay their workers. So that's why some of them go inactive actually. So it's very important. The volume matters. So if you want to register with these big wigs, the ones you are sure, unfortunately they only put the top 10 here. This first table is top 10 in terms of quantity of shares, and this second table is the ranking in terms of the value of the shares. This value is just the quantity of shares multiplied by the cost of one share. Yeah, you can see that here in the first table, the top 10 stockbrokers traded in 70% of the whole shares, the whole transactions that happened at the Nigerian stock exchange market during the week specified. Only 30% went to the rest of the, I don't know how many stockbrokers remaining here. So let's take a look at some of them, like this Interstate Securities Limited. Let's go back to the list. Interstate, they're active, of course, their address, their phone number, and they have a website. Let's check their website. Of course, professional website. We have services, corporate finance, brokerage services. Let's see their brokerage services. Stockbroking, trading in fixed income securities such as bonds. And then let's see how you can register. Okay, they have online trading. So like I was saying earlier, this is the access for their clients, so that's good. I'm looking for where to register from. You would have to contact them. I don't have any time for that. The second one, Meristem Stockbrokers. Yeah, they have the 01 number that never works, but let's see their website. Their website looks professional. Login, so they have access for their clients, so that's good. Stock trading, let's go there. Imagine a one-stop shop where you can buy and sell stocks, get research information on what's the best. Explore our products, stock trading. Would you like to buy or sell stocks? Be your own broker and do it yourself via Meritrade, our online stockbroking platform. Would you like better management of your shares and access to the most exclusive market research? Stop reading now and download the Meritrade app and get started. Yeah. So this is the kind of app I want to use. An app that is directly linked to a stockbroker, not some random app I find on Google Play Store or App Store. So that's good. They have an app attached to them. Let's keep looking because I want to find out what it takes to register with them. They don't have that information on their website because I am looking for a lot of them. Talk about minimum registrations. Yeah. Okay. So discover the true meaning of financial security. Determine the dynamics of trading. Trade on the go. We have web and mobile applications to enable you to trade from anywhere at any time. Yeah, we've seen that. Low capital. With as low as 10,000 naira, you can open an account. Our trading fees and commissions are transparent and clear. With 10,000 naira, you can register with them. And remember, this 10,000 naira is not money you pay to them. It's your own money. It's just like a bank. When you put money in the bank is just holding it for you. It's still your money. When you want, you can withdraw the money. With this 10,000 naira, minimum of 10,000 naira, when you pay it in, you can now point at shares that you want to buy, and they'll use this money to buy it for you. So if the worth of shares you want to buy is like 1 million naira, you can pay in 1 million naira into their account and tell them, buy so shares for me. A minimum of 10,000, so which is good. Yeah, for a top ranking stockbroker. Yeah, top number, what was the number again? Number 2. Where is them? Number 2. So you keep going through all of them, looking for their requirements. Everything will be on their website. For a well put together website, it should contain all this information. Some of them will tell you it's 1 million naira. Some of them, okay, let's go just random. Okay, Stanbic. Let's check out Stanbic. About services, how to get started. How to get started, that's how to register with them. The minimum amount required to open a stockbroking account with us is an initial deposit of 5 million naira, which can either be check, funds transfer. So check, you write a check and send to them, or you directly transfer the money from your account to the account which they will give you if you contact them. Or transfer of shares. Like I said before, if you have shares, all the shares you have, the value of those shares are worth a minimum of 5 billion naira. You can just contact them, just send them an email and say, oh, I already have a stockbroker, but I want to move my shares to you. So if those shares are worth at least 5 million naira, you don't even need cash. You just tell them and they then transfer the shares to themselves and they become your stockbroker. Yeah. Transfer of shares, already resident with other stockbroking firms or a combination of the two. So assuming you don't have shares whose value is up to 5 million naira, maybe you have shares in value of 2.5 million naira, so you have to transfer those shares as well as pay a minimum of 2.5 million to make it up to 5 million. Then you submit all the required account opening documents, which are these. Yeah, this one is very detailed. Yeah, so this is basically how to shop for a stockbroker. Every stockbroker you see, even though Nigerian Stock Exchange issues a disclaimer that they're not endorsing them, but at least every stockbroker you see on here is licensed by them. That's finding a stockbroker. Then when you find one that you're happy with, you send them an email or you fill the form. Like this last one we saw, Stanbic, they have details there, how to download form and all those things. You do all that, send it to them. When you have the stockbroker and you want to buy shares, you just tell them. Of course, you do your research, which we will do on here in future videos. You do your research, and when you find the shares you want to buy, you tell your stockbroker, okay, I want to buy the shares of this company, and then they will do the calculation for you. There's something called contract notes. So they prepare the calculation for you. You'll tell them, I want to buy 10,000 shares of this company or 20,000 shares of this company. So they do the calculation, 20,000 multiplied by how much that share is going for on the day that they are going to make the request on the Nigerian Stock Exchange floor. And then they add their commission based on my last contract note or mandate, or you can call it trade request, anything. When you make a request, I paid 1.57% of the total amount of shares I was going to buy to my stockbroker as their commission. It's a slightly higher commission when you're selling shares. You pay a higher commission, but it's been a while I sold shares, so it's never more than 1.7% or 1.8% when you're selling. But when you're buying, they charge me, like I said, they charge me 1.57% of the value of the shares you're buying. Here are other fees you need to pay when buying or selling shares. I put variable for stockbroker because that depends on your stockbroker. Your stockbroker may charge slightly higher than mine depending on the services they provide. For instance, stockbrokers that provide online access may charge slightly more in stockbroker fees, or they charge you separately for online access. These are what you need to find out before you register with a stockbroker. On the left, you will see all the fees for when buying shares, and on the right, all the fees for when selling. These fees usually come to a total of 3% at most. with the fees for when selling being higher. You can see that we are dealing a lot with percentages when it comes to this. Usually it's a small amount of money. For instance, if you are buying shares worth 100,000 naira, you're going to pay around 3,000 naira. That's it really about getting a stockbroker. You stay with your stockbroker forever and ever. If your stockbroker is good, there's no need to change them, is there? Yeah, you only change them when they are falling short, yeah, when they start misbehaving or they're not moving with the times. Anyway, I hope I was not all over the place with this video. You can use the same procedure to check every single stockbroker on the list. Yeah, bye bye, see you soon.